All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get some music on up in here. Do a little bit of Saturday grinding. Let's keep it a little chill today. And get this grind going. I think I need to go to Swamps. I think that's where I left off. So we got to finish up some bounties. Need to catch back up. You know, I've started thinking a little bit more about some of the images that Cliff has like posted on the website or on Telegram and Discord. And started thinking a little bit about the bounty shop, right? So many of these new items like have a bounty listing on them, which makes me feel like they're going to be coming out at the exchange at like random times, you know? So if that's the case, you know, even if I might not win the race to the first weapon, there might be a second race. You know, that item might just get replaced in the rotation, so getting bounty bucks could be even more valuable, you know? Just doing a little grinding today, nothing too crazy. Want to get a little bit of gaming in right now, because I'll probably be doing a whole work day tomorrow, even though it's Sunday. So might as well get some time right now to get some levels, turn in some bounties. Y'all know how it is. Let's see if I hit something. I would love to hit something on stream. I never. All my hits tend to be offline. You can equip legendary stuff. Yeah, or transcendent stuff. Depending on what dungeon you go into, which I think is like a really interesting gameplay decision, because Cliff can essentially like tier off like certain difficulty ranges and make sure that like the items that are distributed in those different like rarity classes, they can like you could have some players that are like have mythicals that are really good in the mythical class but don't have any epics, and then an epic dungeon might come out. So it's kind of like your skill level might actually be like put to the test across different rarity classes rather than like your overall skill level. So I think that's really interesting to think about it. Hold on one second, guys. Be right back. All right. We're coming back. Let's do this. Hit that live stream up. Here we go. Okay, where did we leave off? Bitcoin hitting 60,000, Ethereum touching 1900. Things looking like they're getting ready to explode. They're already exploding in some of the altcoin markets. Chili's token went nuts yesterday. And that was one that I've been wanting to invest in for the longest time, and I've just been putting it off for other projects. I missed Top Shots. I mean, I got into Top Shots. I actually bought some packs. And I wanted to invest some more and go more heavily into that into it. So I missed that run because I could have really done some damage there. Chili's also looks to be playing along those lines too. So you gotta let the pitches come to you. Sometimes they throw you a good pitch right down the middle, and you're expecting a curve. You miss the fastball. It happens. It happens. Still trying to hit above the Mendoza line. Doing some pretty good grind and getting some good levels for the Fisherman's Friend. It's actually really... I can feel it. The XP gain. You know, because where am I at now? Oh man, they're going to poison. Let's see where we're at. Fishing, yeah, level 21. I'll be getting that level 25 pretty soon. I got really good lucky drops with the with my bounties this week. I think I'm gonna be able to turn in every single one of them. So that feels good. A lot of activity on the market, guys. A lot of activity on Enjin market. That feels really good. More activity with Binance. Shout out to Cliff yesterday for the hard work that he put in. The guy's literally working 7 days a week, guys. So make sure to show him the love. Go support him. But for right now, been receiving a whole bunch of trade offers. You get like really excited. Like it was one of the other triggers that I've been waiting to see too in these markets has been players trading blockchain items rather than just outright purchasing. So I think that's really bullish for the space. Things continue down the right path. I think like we're probably very close to 11K players right now for the month. I haven't seen an update recently on like concurrent player list. I'm sure we might have gotten a little drop off. You know, once blockchain items start to run out, it's common. But now I think it's really interesting now because now Cliff is actually able to do some projects and drop some NFTs. In this case, they're not going to be dropped like in-game with this Binance hoodie, but players will still be able to earn them. So it's a good incentive, especially when we're in the farming phase from event to event, to have outside organizations want to contribute into the gaming space. Amity Beast has jumped in. Yo, haven't played Lost Relics in a while. It's been a while, man. How you been? You been doing all right? Things have really started to explode. I mean, I don't know how new you're back, how recent you're back, but feels like we got a whole brand new game now. From a combination of like the player economy engagement, and from Cliff's updates. Things have been going really good. I want to polygo farm Mount Old Kep if I can, but I need to go take a look real quick at what bounties are easy to wrap up to get those bounty buck bonuses, you know? Bounty buck bonuses, the triple B. The Better Business Bureau. Dear God. I avoided all poison on that juke. That was a good juke. What's the most shocking thing you've seen so far since you've been back? I'm already out. Dang. Pretty much that wraps that up. So I need a few more bushes. Let's keep running swamps, people. Let's keep running swamps. Let's see what's going on in the Telegram really quick. New player got a fragment Odom Claw. Very nice. Just posted his picture in the Telegram. I love it when people post their hits. Feels good. So breaking news. I think it's been 2 days now, or almost 2 days now. Level 15 player in Swamps, I think it was. It was in Swamps. Hit a Transcendent weapon while, I don't know if they were on screen or they were recording, but they already posted it to YouTube. They got a Void Ripper in a chest in Swamps. How epic. How epic. Like, here you go, kid. Here's a, $10,000 item. Welcome to the game. But it's really cool, right? Because it gets you pumped. It gets you excited. It makes you feel like it could be me. And then JumpNet coming out next month for sure. For sure. It's really interesting times. Cliff must be up to his eyeballs with a whole bunch of work. Anyway, hope you guys are grinding it up. Stone Dragon has jumped in the chat. What's going on, Stone Dragon? How you doing? How's your Sunday going? Or Sunday, how's your Saturday going? Guess it depends on where you live right now, right? The good thing about playing right now is that I feel like if I hit a drop at any time, it's probably going to be something big. If, of course, right? Ghazi's jumped on in. What's going on, Ghazi? Have you been leveling up hard? Where are you at now? What level have you reached? Guys, I lost a fisherman's friend in a dungeon like 4 or 5 days ago. I paid 100k gold. Ouch, ouch, ouch. What would you say the average level of new players right now would be? Somewhere between 15 and 30? For the average, for the player that's like still coming in, maybe not a month old yet. Ghazi's level 36. Didn't you just start the game like yesterday? No, I'm just kidding. No, man, 36 is really good. 36 is really good. Level 21 woodcutting. Yeah, I'm racing you there. I think I'm like 19 in woodcutting, 17 in woodcutting. I'll race you to 25. That's where you get the good stuff. That's when you get to start equipping the blue tools, and then things go to another level. Ooh, he missed me? No, he stung me. Yeah, if I can get my everything other than mining I'm already really high. If I can get everything except for mining up, that would be great. There's my levels, guys. Let's see what's happening. What's happening? What's happening? Oh yeah, we got some issues with Telegram. Nothing too major. Nothing too major. So exciting! I might be getting my girlfriend to play today. She might play her first round. She said she downloaded it and she loaded it up and she did the whole like opening sequence where you ride in on the boat. So she's ready to go. She's ready to go. Don't tell her I traded away her founder's token, though. No, I'm just kidding. I had to call her before I could make that move. She agreed to make the trade. But then she said that if she ever wanted mine, that she could take mine. So I'm like, oh, man. What did I do? What did I do? I've created a monster. Now, she just actually got her midterm exams taken care of and finalized. And she did amazing. So that feels good. I think we need to switch up this song here. Let's see what we got. Cherry Blossom Skies. Morning Without You. Here we go. Let me get you guys back in the chat, back up on my screen. There we go. Much better, much better, much better. I really have no clue what's going to happen next for the game. I mean, this looks like this Binance competition is happening Monday through Wednesday. That was a whiff, if I've ever seen one. Feels good, guys. Feels good just to chill today. Not have a care in the world. Until we're done streaming. So as long as we're streaming, the party goes on. I'm starting to get the feeling like I don't know what the heck this Easter event's gonna be. Maybe we don't get an Easter event. I don't know. Like I really don't know what's going on. What use is on pets, or do you just show off? So yeah, right now pets they can scavenge the map. So like if there's a pot around that they can break, they can get you gold. They'll do that, so you don't have to do it. You just focus on killing enemies. In the future, they're gonna have the ability to attack and also take damage. This pet right now that I got equipped is the Gogum. He's the most recent blockchain item right now that you can earn. There's only 1,000 of them, and I think we're down to only 800 left from players. Players have already claimed 200 of them. I've gotten like 5 myself. So we're gonna keep doing the roll and see what's up. Let's get some of the. Let's see, where are we at? We need 21. Okay, let's go. Let's keep finishing this one. We're so close. So we got to do swamps 2 more times, I think. Two swamp runs. We turn in the bounty, change up the music, go into Mount Olkep, hit a Transcendent, stream it on Twitch, post it to YouTube. ESPN calls you up. Wall Street Journal. I'm just joking. Oh man, the coffee's good. I've been cutting back on coffee like a bunch. And this for the first time I'm having a little bit of caffeine. Like if I ever drink a coffee recently, it's just been decaf. But even then I've been cutting back. Actually, more recently I've been really stepping it up on the coffee. Before that I had cut back. The vamp backs out of my face. Oh no. Oh, I somehow did not get poisoned. Did not expect that. There we go. Okay, what do we listen to for real? Let's switch this up. Let's switch this up. $706 players during on a Saturday afternoon. That's the most I've seen. There we go. That'll get me up a little bit. 6 viewers in the stream. What's going on, everybody? $800 people online. The server on the store is starting to lag for you. Yeah, it's strange. I've actually seen the game lag a little bit, the server lag a little bit, like in the lower numbers actually. Like when there was 300-400, I saw more lag than when we saw 500-600, which is I don't know how it'll work, but could have just obviously been my connection too. At those particular times, you know what I mean? What's going on, Instant? Jumping on in, bringing in the hype, getting things ready to go. What you up to? What you up to? What you up to? Bunny like monsters in pit. Oh well, we got a little poison there, guys. Can't be perfect. Can't be perfect. I heard a lot of players are hitting new items from the bounty chests, like a legendary magical carpet has started to come out. People are starting to get some drops like that. That's why I'm excited to turn in some of these and just see what we hit. So what skills y'all been working up? Anybody been doing any production skills? Or everybody's just doing gathering? How do you get a Transcendent item at level 15? I'm level 8 and nothing. Yeah, no, you got to be lucky, man. Players have gotten to the max level and not hit a Transcendent. Got to be very lucky. Combination of like playing the game and making sure you're putting yourself in the best situation to hit blockchain items, and then you have to get lucky. So skill and luck. So yeah, that level 15 player just... What a drop, man. What a lucky roll of the dice. The last time a Transcendent item had dropped, it was like 2-3 months ago, and that player didn't survive. So that's they didn't get it. Then the last time I heard of a Transcendent dropping was like back in the beginning of coronavirus, like March 2020. Maybe even February, to tell you the truth. I could have saved so much time using the blue gram. Arcane Pits gives a lot of blockchain items. Yeah, what kind of blockchain items are you getting? You're probably getting like diamond deltas and ruby gems. Yep. Yeah, I've been mining a lot of Mount Olkep. I can get a good amount, but right now I want to focus on the bounties. I have a feeling some people are going to start hitting bounty items in chests. And I want to be ready for when that happens. Can you get a Transcendent on any map? Yeah, you can get any blockchain item on any map. It just depends on your luck. Most of the time, weapons will drop from enemies. So like right now, I kill these two, and there's a random chance that one of them could drop an item. You are not limited to what items could drop. Like I said, you could be in the beginning dungeons and get the best weapon in the game, or you could be in the hardest dungeon, and get nothing. It just depends. The kid that got the Transcendent recently was on this same map that I'm playing right now. And if you play from, I think, Monday through Wednesday, you're going to get a chance to, if you play each day, I think you're going to get a chance to win a hoodie, a Binance hoodie NFT. So what do we need? We need scavenging. We still need 2 more on scavenging. I must have missed a couple. That map looks difficult. Which one is it? The hardest dungeon is Mount Olkep. That is one of the harder ones. The one we're doing right now is Swamps. It's like mid-tier in terms of difficulty. Probably like 3 out of 5 sword difficulty. The hard one about this is it introduces some new enemies that are faster, and if you don't take them out first, they'll poison you and they'll do obviously damage over time. Their damage can hit hard. Their poison damage can hit hard. On top of that, Bitcoin right now looks like it's at, still the same. Bitcoin at 60,000, Ethereum at 1900. Enjin is having a small little pullback in terms of Bitcoin. Dollar price, I'd have to check it right now. Who knows what the dollar price for Enjin is? Are we still at 215, or do we drop back a little? Answering questions for new players. Way to go, Tyranitar. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about community supporting community. Okay, so Stone Dragon's jumping in. He's saying, "Are all the blockchain weapons collected? I'd like a 4-day back. I haven't got any. Just 200 Enjin value and pets." Okay, so yes, there are still weapons that are in the pool, 100%. You do have to be lucky enough to hit them. Like, players have gone hundreds of hours without hitting any major item. So don't, I wouldn't expect playing over the course of 4 days for you to hit something. You're talking more about like, 2-3 weeks before you're hitting a lucky item, unless you get lucky and like, one of the first guys to get a good weapon drop at a low level. I didn't get my first item until I didn't get my first weapon drop until I was like level 30, and that was quite a while ago. Level 30 players have gotten to level 30 and they're starting their third week of playing, 8 hours a day. So you got some time you need to grind. Gotta earn it, man. You want it, you gotta earn it. Obviously you can buy it too. It's a player-based economy, which is like super interesting, because we already got a whole bunch of players trading and talking and like making deals and like, wheeling and dealing. Players are making some profits. Some people have already said that I know for a fact some players have already earned $10,000 plus, so it's not spread out yet. As the game and the economy grows, it'll become more robust, and hopefully more and more players can live a like play to earn type journey, like where you might actually be working while you're playing games. Or earning while you're playing games, you could say. If you want to still call it work, that's up to you. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, good. Let's see. Okay, so it's in my bounty. How do you get spellbinding powder? Okay, spellbinding powder is, you can buy it for sure. They're like going for probably like around 100 gold. But if you don't want to buy it, you need to kill what are the ones that drop it? I know for a fact that the elites drop it, which are like looks like they're wearing like a crown jewel on their head, not like a crown on their head. They shoot like fire, and if in a little beam, and if they hit you, that does fire damage over time. They're normally like at the end of dungeons. They drop them. I'm sure there's a couple other higher level enemies that drop them as well. But for sure, you need to go look at the elite is the enemy you're targeting to get that drop. On top of that, you could go to like lostrelics.wiki, and a lot of that information will be shared on the wiki on like where you can find stuff, what adventures you could go into. Boyfriend and I are both playing, and we don't see each other on map and in chat. Well, you're not going to see yourself in the map because it's not really the other player. It's just a simulation of your friends in the game. In terms of in chat, he might have muted you. Oh my god. You could be in one of the different chat bars, but he should be there. Let's see. It's in my bounty. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're looking for elites, buddy. You're looking for elites. Up to 12k gold now. We're doing all right. Any good guides on YouTube? I mean, I've posted a lot of videos trying to help out as many new players as possible, so you could also find me guys on YouTube under Strike Team Games, just like Twitch. Most of the videos are clips and VODs of some old streams, but but I've been posting at least once a week recently. We making you new content, bro, so you could be famous. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I've almost got the scavenging. I just got to finish this up. Podu. Poodoo, I love Striker. What's going on, bro? I think I need to update my chat because, like, in OBS, I can't, in Streamlabs, I can't see how many people are actually in the chat, but it looks like we got some viewers going on. If items don't have value under them, does it mean Cliff will add them later? I guess it depends on what you mean by value, but you mean if, like, they don't have effects? Yeah, if there's an item that doesn't have an effect, like for example, I don't have anything right now. There's an item that doesn't have an effect, it's likely to get an effect or be a quest item later on as Cliff develops the game. For sure, also go guys, pull up another window on Twitch and open up Tyranitar, give him a follow. Been a whole group of new players that I've been talking a lot with. They've been making a real big impression on the game, I think. I think he's one of them for sure. Of the brand new players, like a lot of new guys coming up. Breezy's been killing it. Brad's been killing it. Nate's been killing it. And then all the YouTube content, Loki, Vmail, Shooting Star. Hundreds guys. Way better. Amazing content. Everyone's bringing in their own personal little flavor, what they could add to Lost Relics. Yeah, boy with the memes. Super Ryu with the wiki. It's awesome, man. It's awesome to be in a community like this. Diamonds and rubies, if items... Oh, yeah, diamonds and rubies. Yeah, they don't have any effect right now or any utilization because he's building out the game. But based on what he's done in the past, he normally releases items... 1 or 2 updates before he implements their use so that they can be distributed amongst players evenly so people don't have to like everyone's speculating but no one really knows, so it's a little fair. People can make up their mind if they want to try to grind for them. Man, I guess I got to do scavenging. Where's the best scavenging map? Isn't it Swamps? Tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. And what's really cool is that apparently the community really trusts itself. Been a lot of peer-to-peer trades, player-to-player trades, without the safety of like the smart contract. Which reminds me exactly how like the sports cards community and the collectible communities are. And then you bring in the other gamers. See, the other thing also is that like I think a lot of these games are not being given like full valuations. Like a lot of these projects are not being given full valuations for their gaming aspect, because I think a lot of the analysts, a lot of the people that are in crypto right now that are like buying and selling in multi-million-dollar orders. I mean, I just struggle to see a lot of gamers in the space that are making educated decisions, understanding the value that the game can add to whatever the NFT is. DeFi Digital is definitely leading the charge, and Yield Gaming. You guys should check those guys out. Delphi Digital bought like whole bunch of extremely rare axes in that game. They were valued at like 100 and something thousand. We haven't seen any activity like at that level in Lost Relics, but they did mention that they have a whole desk dedicated to gaming, going out and trying all the games, getting ideas of investments, opportunities. So we'll see. Spinning the camera, trying to make you new players feel a little off. You'll get used to it. Time is money. Yeah, that's the thing. Not a lot of players are understanding that too. Buy low, sell high. I mean, if it took 3 months for the entire player base to grind out one Transcendent, the entire player base, everybody's time for 3 months is equal to one Transcendent. Like, think of it like that, you know? Now, apply that same logic to the items that are just like starting to hit the markets and becoming more and more scarce. Apply it at the rare level, at the epic, at the legendary, you name it. Oh, awesome, bro! You joined the YouTube channel. Thanks for the subbing. Thank you, my friend. The real way to make money is to be a streamer and ask for donations. Well, I know for a fact that players have sold in-game items that have made more money than a typical streamer does. So I think there's a lot of different ways. I think that's the experiment right now. I think that's what everybody's trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the best method to be able to operate a business to make a living within this ecospace. You know, we have like the tools, we have the pieces of the puzzle, but we haven't quite put it all together yet, right? The guys that are in the space and the women that are in the space that have like, you know, this buying and selling, flipping mentality, you know, that are experienced in retail, experienced in wholesale, like they have an advantage in terms of like being able to like place value on specific items that people have hard time valuing, you know? That's what they do. Now the crypto community has their own advantages too, because they understand, you know, how price appreciation has been happening in the space, you know, how much everyone in general, if you've been holding ETH or Bitcoin for a certain amount of time, how much you've gained. So you can get an idea in terms of like the buying power everybody else has. Everybody has their own unique benefits and strengths and to bring something to the space, you know? There's not a lot of teaching videos like what armor to use and where, like yeah, so like that's a definite area for new players, like to be able to help new players, right? I tend to give a majority of that info away for free. Like if you join my streams, I'll more than gladly tell you. I've been very open in terms of like what I've purchased and what I've been doing and like what my plans are for the game and how to start a business. So I've been pretty open with it, you know, so I tend to give a majority of that info right now out because I think it's more important about growing the community, getting it to like a sustainable level for multiple people, not just for a few. And then when that happens, then it's like, okay, what are the services gamers really need? You know, what can I provide a service or a good for? You know, charge a small premium to be able to use it to invest back in the space, you know? That's what everybody's trying to figure out right now. So like streaming, that's one way. It's one way to monetize your time and your work within the space. YouTube content creation. You know, I'm looking more. Obviously, content creation is going to be big, and I'm always going to be loving to share and create some content for Lost Relics. But I also know that that's not my area of expertise. Definitely something we can improve on in the future. Let's see. If I could try and make more videos like this, yeah, man. I mean, go look at the YouTube. Like I have 20, 30, 2-3 hour long conversations posted on there where we cover everything, all topics. Like even going back and like looking some at the old videos, you get to see like a little bit of you get to see the questions that the community was asking itself. Like it could be price questions, it could be gameplay questions, like over the past 2-3 months. And I've tried to do my best to comment on them all. And so there's a good amount of free information there. But yeah, like for new players, I think just so you know what the normal trend is, so that you can like, these are the normal goals of players. so that you can use them if you want them. But like, first thing most players want to do is they want to try to get a better weapon, increase their weapon rarity. That's number one. Then number two, they jump into relics. They realize, okay, of my relics, the relics I have, like, I can go ahead and invest like real money. And I could buy Enjin token to buy some relics, or I can try to go ahead and spend gold to get virtual relics. Obviously, if they're virtual and you die in the game, you lose them. So, you know, that's number one. Then once players get that situated and they feel comfortable, then they move on to a profession, which is either one of the gatherer skills or one of the production skills. And if they go the gathering skill, which almost everybody does go gathering because producing is extremely expensive. If you do that, if you go that route, then the most important thing you need to know is that you need to start saving gold to be able to buy your tools, because the green tools give you double XP for your gathering skills, and then blue tools will give you triple, and legendary tools, orange tools will give you quadruple-ish. Those aren't the exact numbers, but math works out a little bit like that. On top of that, XP grinds are important, you know. Cliff releases blockchain items not just in drops. Like if you're a high enough like fisherman, the next update might have blockchain fish to catch. And if you can catch them immediately while everybody has to farm up their level before they can catch them, then you can be farming way more blockchain items than them. Those are some of the things that most players try to concentrate on. Let's see, will there be rental options for weapons? Yeah, so Enjin token, like part of the Enjin ecospace, they want to involve player lending and borrowing. So that's something that they are working on, and they said they wanted to link it with the release of Efinity, which will hopefully be later on in the year. You know, if you're really wanting to get into the space heavily, whether like if you're going to invest in, like if you're investing your time playing the game for fun, great, like keep playing. You know, if you're going to actually be putting money into the game and joining the player-based economy, then do some research before you do, and you know, feel comfortable with being able to take your time and learn. All right, let's go turn this one in, and let's run a little Mount Olkep. We can talk about some general strategies. We can talk about some leveling up ideas. We can talk about anything you guys want to go. So also in terms of the renting news, that's what Enjin wants to do naturally with the Enjin platform. So like maybe a world will exist where you go to open your Enjin wallet, and instead of clicking the sell item, list item to sell, you click the list item to rent. Cliff has also sounded like he is open to this idea too, whether or not Enjin pulls the trigger on it. You know, he might implement a way for you to rent in-game by itself. So that would be really exciting. Give some more utility to some of these items. Yeah, so here's the stash. Let's just do a quick update and check where we're at. The gold balance isn't appearing anymore. That's strange. Can I sort by price? No. See, gold isn't appearing. Oh, you know what? Let me go log in. Let me go log in real quick to the market, and then we'll come back, and then that's why it's not appearing. If you're not able to see the gold prices on your items, like when you put your cursor on top of them like this. I mean, obviously this is the common one, so there's no value. But in game, as long as you go to the Royal Emporium, like when you start up your session, just go into the room like I'm going to go right now and exit. Then the prices will be updated as you play the game. You need to do that like whenever you shut down. So I come in. Someone came in and dropped. Someone came in and tried and dropped the price over here for the one-day pendants. I'm just looking at some percentages here. I don't have any more of these. Amulet of protections have gone up. I could create some of these. I might actually do that. Oh, that's the reason why I say tools are so important, guys, is because once you go into engineering, in order to actually make these tools that you're buying, which you could lose also, you have to give up a blockchain item as an engineer. So that's why they're much more valuable. Yeah, I think we're good for right now. 12K. Let's see. What do I own? Can I buy some puzzle pieces? I might be able to get. I got E. D and B. E, D, and B. So let's go to puzzles. E, D, and B. So B, D, E. B, D, E is what I have. So let's see if I can buy one of these. Oh, so A. I need a C. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. I have a D already. An E. See, these are too much. Yeah, I'll come back when I have a little. Well, you know what? I can sell. I can try to sell something. What can I sell? What can I sell? What can I sell? What can I sell? 29 gold each. That's not bad. I could probably give up some fish. 50 gold each for the fish. So let's give it up to the. Let's give it up to the. Wait a minute. Not buy. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Give it up to the people who are grinding right now who need the fish. So we'll give you some of that fish. Let's go to comment, sort by price. What do I gotta sell? What can I sell? Yeah, see the price of the tools or prices are going up. I might need to start making some now that prices are getting a little better. But I'm still not at the point where I want to give up blockchain items just yet. So we listed those. Let's go ahead and sell these also. 50. Whoever wants them, they can come and get them in a little bit. But yeah, now that we went ahead and just put a couple things on the market, let's turn in this quest. What were we gonna do, guys? We're gonna check the stash, the Enjin balance, and the gold balance. I hope my gold balance. I was at 2.2 mil. Hoping I'm at like 2.3. Since I was at 2.3, I went down 100k because of losing the fisherman's friend. So now, yeah, 2.6. We've a lot of my items have appreciated. Then that's great. I made some good pickups. I'm happy with that. So we're gonna turn this in first. Let's see. We need some grass, gizzards, and teeth. So let's go. I freaking always forget what is it called? It's the gizzards, that's why. How many gizzards? Just takes a bit, and then some grass. Just give me all what you got. That should be everything. Let's go. Lambo. People are getting Lambos. Maybe one day, people. Maybe one day. All right, we turn that one in. We've got grods and bushes. We can do wraiths. What dungeon do you guys want to see me do? Pick a dungeon in the chat. Doesn't matter which one. I'm sure I have a bounty I can start working on. In the meantime, let's roll this bounty chest. And see what we get, ladies and gentlemen. Wish me luck, wish me luck, wish me luck. Here we go. Inspect. Come on. It's only bronze, so probably nothing. So yeah, nothing. Because it's bronze. Okay. Let's jump back in the chat. Just Rifton's in the house. Esper Hunters is in here. Architect saying hi. Diablo Hell. What's going on, peeps? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let me see. Well, let's see. Is there any blue tools? You haven't seen any? Yeah, there's blue tools. I can show you the blue tools. Pull this up. Here are the blue tools and what it takes for you to craft them right here. Need to be level 24, 24, 25. You need blockchain items for all of them. You need a green blockchain item over here for the steel axe, so make note of that. Probably steel axes will be the cheapest. As a matter of fact, you can see I've been buying these. I have 17 owned at 3,000k. There's no demand right now because players are too low. That shouldn't be a right price, but we'll see. In my opinion, I could lose some cash. Where's your gold invested into your stash? Yeah, it's all in my stash. It's all in the virtual items. It's all in here. I tend to have most of my gold invested because I prefer for a lot of these items you can predict that they're going to be going up. But this is what I got right here. You know, in the thousands and the thousands and the thousands. So some of these are adding up to this huge gold balance. I could drop some of these positions if I wanted to and just get the gold I'm holding right now. What dungeon did you guys say you wanted me to go to? What's up? Which items? I mean, mostly resources. Yeah, I mean, look, I got some. What were the... Go to virtual. I mean, we got 20 Ogum Claws. We do got a Bleeding Zarkon. I just sold one. We have 2 of the Galaxy Stones. We got 200,000 for the Mythical Stonebreaker. You know, Phantom Force. 20,000 for 9 of these. You know, mostly in the gold range. You know, you could see these 2. You know, these are what, 7,000 something. Yeah. Miner's Hat over here is 120k. You know, the Mark of the Covenant's 40k. I got 2 of them. The Divine is 35, 36. So it's mostly all in this range. It's mostly all in this range. What, let's see. What do we go? Let's turn on the Void Goat, since some players haven't seen the Void Goat. I've been going through these Gogums like nuts. Been doing some work. Let's go for new skin. What new skin? I haven't actually tried the Greenwood. Let's give her a run. I think we're gonna go to... What did we say? What was the bounty? I didn't even collect the bounty. You need that miner hat bad? Yeah, like I just got the miner hat and the fisherman. Like, so now I'm running some Old-Cap Catherines because you could do both of them at the same time. I guess we should just keep farming the easy ones, right, guys? Wraith, Ogum and bushes. Wait, what? Ogum. Items and yeah, let's run this one. How many of these? I can't see with the camera. Give me a second, guys. Oh, 1 of 1. Okay. Yeah, so oof, that's a hard one to turn in, but I will turn it in probably. I want to do some elite ambushes. I'm trying to see what syncs up, right? Race and items. Mortarman items. Yeah, pretty much. I guess you should probably just stay here. We'll stay on the legendary track path. It just makes sense because I could just go into one dungeon to complete the entire thing. You see what I'm saying? Unless you guys saw an easier item to farm, an easier bounty to farm, but I think that this one was just going to be the easiest overall right now. It's obviously the lowest level. What am I getting? Give me you. Give me what are you? Give me 2 of you. For tools, 1, 2, 3. And for relics, Harvester Pumpkin, Fishing, Ruby Egg, and right there. I like this skin. I like this. Oh, with the little Void Goat. And we're taking the Winds of Ass with us. Okay, let's see. Old-Cap Caverns. Which items? Mostly resources. Architect super salty today. Why are you super salty today, bro? You invested over $500,000 in bounty chests and you didn't get anything? Ooh. Ouch. That's very ballsy. What a lot of players like to do with that is they like to buy and hold and wait for confirmation that there's something dropping and then open them. But I think Cliff might have caught on to that and try to make it a little bit more random. Let's see. You didn't gamble. You're a generous benefactor to the poor players. That's true. Like you did share your gold with it's still within the economy. You know, it's still within other players' hands, so it can flow back into you. But I did get an epic bow last night. Oh, that's cool. You got an epic bow? That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's right. I did hear you got an epic bow. You got the Wings of Surety, right? Is it better to sell or open bounty chests? I think it's... I'm opening. If you're a brand new player, you might want to sell. Just get the gold bonus and get the gold bonus. Use it to build out your loadout, make you more efficient, be able to get better stuff in the future. Definitely needed the upgrade. Your jaw dropped when seeing Striker's inventory. Yeah, bro, we're not messing around. No, for real though, I mean, I am trying to really take it serious about the idea of building a business inside this ecospace and trying to help. Like, if something happens, you know, I got to be able to provide some value to the community one way or another, or else like no one will need. You know, I'm not really benefiting anybody if I can't add value, and if I can add value, and I think that I could add more value if I charge and raise a little profit from it to invest on the next thing. You know, like I really love the idea of like a business who like as part of its like giving back, specifically funds development within games, even if they're small little projects, even if they're only like little weekend events. You know, be great to be able to like say like, hey, we got a grant, like because of what the business has been able to do, we're setting aside a fund for like to help fund like payroll, you know, of 2 entry-level positions for a year. That would be amazing, you know, but you got to build it to get there. You would have had an issue. Let's see. For sure, man. High risk, high reward, and it doesn't even seem that high risk as time goes on. Yeah, it doesn't. And like the more players continue to, like the money never really leaves the market, right? Unless people sell their NFTs and then immediately dump the engine to go to dollars. But like, as new players come in, start buying up items for their loadouts, it's just going to continue to like reinforce the value of these items. It already happened. This is like the 3rd cycle for Lost Relics, 4th cycle. And if there was a cycle before I got here, you know. Kevin is cool. Thanks for jumping on in. I'm pretty new to the game. What should I get ready for the most? Like farming gold and resources and levels. All right, we got a follow. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for jumping in. Welcome to the strike team. You're brand new. You need to do a little grinding. I think one of your focuses, like, just keep it in the back of your mind because it's gonna take a little time. But you want to get to level 10 on your gathering skills so that you can apply these new tools that give you extra XP. That's gonna take you some time. Don't make it your priority right now. Just keep an eye on it. You know, if you notice that you can earn one of those level 10s more easily than another, take it. Other than that, I think the market has done a really good job of like placing. I think we're starting to hit fair values within the in-game economy for gold items. And I think we might even be overshooting in a few areas. But the hard part to that is it all depends on how much gold you can estimate is in the market. So I think there's a lot of gold in the market. I just think there's a lot of players that are holding rather than investing or putting it in. That's why I'm typically on the other side of the trade. That's why you see me with like 13K, because it's just a cycle. You know, when they go in, they're going to move their gold into some stuff that I have, and then I hold the gold. And then when I need something, I send it back to them. You know what I mean? As long as we're not dying with it, and the like, it could be deflationary, I guess, if more and more players are dying and more and more gold is getting dropped. But with the amount of players that are running dungeons, I have to assume, even with their deaths, that there's significantly more gold within the market right now than there's been any other time. Then again, with everybody farming the Ogums and paying 15K for each piece and then turning it in, that's 100,000 gold sink, right? You're getting rewarded for the gold sink. You're getting a blockchain item. But it is what it is. 100% agree on my view of the market so far. That's because I listen to what you say, Esper, and I've been just following your lead. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. I think a lot of players... What I think is like super cool is that... I mean, I don't know. I just think gamers... We've been doing this forever, man. Whether it was in RuneScape or EU or, you know, Halo or World of Warcraft or whatever. Like, in-game economies have always been existing, and we've been finding ways to make it work. Now we actually have the tools to help us do that and accomplish that goal. So It's huge. That's why I've invested so much into this space. $1,000 Ogum, 6,000 pieces, 14K a pop. That's 84 million gold sync. 84 million gold. Now let's assume, you know, cut that number down, 84 million, cut that number down probably by like, I would assume that at the end of this, maybe 40% of players purchase it and 60% of players save them up for their weekly events. So cut that number down, but let's just say cut that number in half. So 42 million gold sync. That's pretty high. That's very high. So let's see, multiply. The average player is probably earning, because this is math from before new players came in. This is the math I used to do when the game just started going free to play. So like average player will earn around 10K gold a day. And we've been having an average daily player base of 4K. So let's say, you know, that's 4 million gold a day coming into the economy. Let's take out 50% of it for deaths, even though that's way too, I think we should take out way less, but whatever. So 2 million gold a day. We've been seeing players, you know, above, you know, we've been seeing this increase in demand in player base for about 3 weeks now. It's 21 days times 2 gold per day. You know, that's 48. That's 40. There's your 48 million. You know, plenty of more things there's plenty of more ways to go more in depth. Like we can count other types of gold things too, try to estimate those. But my initial estimate was like a player that's playing and grinding will be earning about 10K gold a day. Do you think like that might even be low now with how resources have gone up? But those were my initial, you know. So now if there's more gold in the market because my initial thoughts were off, now we can see that, yeah, well, still sounds cheap in terms of the overall economy. If my old numbers were getting us to that 48 million. It also means that like gold leaderboards would change. I don't know. Cliff has never implemented any type of like gold or Enjin leaderboards, but I mean, at least with respect to the gold leaderboards, that could have a big impact on the game, like if knowing how much players are holding certain things. Okay, let me see real fast. Some present pieces will sell for double or triple as prices FOMO, definitely. Yeah, about, oh shoot, am I dying? Oh, I'm just poisoned. I'll be fine, I'm already at the end. Let me get out of the dungeon. Time that hit right. I was able to kill the fairy before it got to me. So let's see. Yeah, but that's 84K gold is going to be worth about 50 plus Enjin. I'm assuming on the low end. So let's say 50 Enjin. So that's the gold volume at least. I'm saying, who knows? So let's say okay, let's say it's 50 Enjin. Let's say you're right. That puts us at like about $100. So let's divide the $100 by the $100 times 1,000 items. So that's what? $100,000 in terms of market cap just for the Gogum. $100,000 divided by, or no, 48 million gold divided by $100,000. What's that number? Let's pull up the calculator. 48 million gold. Let's round up to 50 million for simplicity. Divide that by $100,000 for the market cap. That's $500. That's $500 a Gogum. And right now we said that you can get them for what? $200 a Gogum? Oh no, that they would sell for $200 a Gogum at 50. So let's divide this by 2. That means that the Gogums should be selling on the high end for 250 Enjin. And on the low end, let's say 50. I think you're probably right. I think we're probably looking at maybe 100 Enjin. What am I doing? I'm doing garage and bushes. I went to the wrong one. Back of the napkin type of math, you know what I mean? How does gold have any actual value if it's infinite though? I'm not sure what you mean by gold sink. Okay, cool. So the gold sink is this idea in gaming. If everybody's making gold all the time, then all these items will always go up in gold all the time because there's more and more gold to go around, right? So if there's only 5 virtual swords and everybody's earning a lot of money, a lot of gold a day, then the value for those 5 swords keeps going up because there's only 5 swords and gold keeps going up. So the gold is what can go up and down, like the swords are stagnant. So that's how you can see how prices can change. Yeah, so let's see. How does the gold value actually work? Well, that's the main question I think we're all trying to solve right now. Is like how to value gold properly. You got some players that are holding 1 million gold because they're waiting for the new update. And you got some players like me that are spending their gold right now to try to get blockchain. At the end of the day, the gold is what gold from the game is helping you get blockchain items. So if you can figuring out what the price of those blockchain items is difficult enough. But if you think you know a good idea of what they're worth, and you think you know about how much gold it'll take to get them, then you can get an idea of like, okay, well, how much dollars are gold worth, or how much gold is worth, how much is gold worth an engine, or gold worth in dollars. So then you can say like, do I buy it on the market or do I play and earn it from the game? Because like, let's say there's an item dropping right now that costs, or I can buy a blockchain, a blockchain skin right now from the website for 520k gold. Not even for the website, from the game. Like you can buy that right now if you have 525k, and it's a mythical ninja costume. So if you know how much you need to pay in dollars to get that amount of gold from the website, then you know how much in dollars that item's worth. Then compare that to how much it's selling for an Enjin on the website, and you start to get like ideas of what things are worth. And it's very hard. It's very new. This is a growing economy. We're all learning as we go. I'm a certified public accountant, and I'm dealing with, I think it's more complex to try to like estimate values within this virtual economy than it is in the real economy, because in the physical economy, because we have more information to be able to make those type of decisions. Okay, so let's say, 100%. I'm guessing I'm stating it as a different fact. I was thinking about dividing 100 by 25 single day pendants. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. You could do it completely that way. That's just a different way to value it. We're going to get 2 different answers. We're probably going to be within a certain range, and then you can get an idea of like where on that range do you think, how much more on that range are you willing to increase your bid to get something or not. Yeah. So now I'm going to have to ask you the question, if that's how you were valuing it, then how do you value one day pendants? Based on the dollar value of what they sell for? Like from the shop? Because players are saying one day that pendants are worth 8k, 7k, and then another day saying that they're worth 10k, right? So we got a huge area of potential error there, right? Sorry if we went a little bit over people's heads. If you're a new player, if you want me to go through any area of that, we can do it in a little more type of fundamental analysis. Gold supply seems infinite, but actually time is the constraint. Yeah, exactly. Because gold is just a proxy for your time, right? So it depends on how much time you put in versus other players. And then some players are able to put in that same amount of time and earn more gold than you. So you got to take that into effect. That's the XP answer, I think. The higher your XP, the more gold you can earn. The more gold you can earn, the more everything. So, yeah, and you can make plays on all different sides of the trade. That's what's so interesting. I've placed my bets. Oh man, oh man, that was the worst. I hit a pumpkin and a harvester by accident trying to hit my blue gram on my hotkeys. That was horrible. Alright, give me one quick second, guys. All right, we're coming back. We're coming back. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so where did we leave off? Let's see. You kind of can measure the price. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you guys are going too fast for me. Let me catch up. Gold supply seeming infinite. We talked about that, right? Thanks. Is there a capacity on virtual items too? Some of them. Pugsy, some of them have limited virtual items, like only 300 Billy Boos, the pets, exist. Only a certain amount of the slices of life, the epic items exist. So yeah, gold virtual items have constraints just like blockchain items do too, which I think is really cool. Do me a favor, guys, if y'all are enjoying the stream, hit that follow button real quick. Help support the Lost Relics community. Find me also on YouTube and alright, Pugsy, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the strike team, baby. You can find us also on YouTube. And like I say, most of my streams will go an hour to 2 hours. I post the video on demand so that they don't get lost onto YouTube, so you guys can check that out. And we talk about a lot of topics like we're talking about right now. Speculating, getting ideas, forming opinions, getting feedback from you guys. So let's see. You can kind of measure, playtoearn.net says you can kind of measure the price of gold through the pendants. $4 is equal to 9k gold right now. Exactly. So like when I started selling pendants, when it went free to play, I was selling, my calculations were that one day pendants should be around 7k gold. So I was selling it at 10k so that I could work my way down, right, as the market started to figure that out. So that's how I got a good little gold boost. But since then, I've noticed that we've gone down to 7. We've gone up all the way up to 11, maybe 12 for players that really wanted it now. And then back down to 9. So like, I think the average is 9. I think the average is 8. So yeah, I think that's a good place to like set an idea, is in this price range. That's how you measure it as well. Play to earn is basically Lex Luthor rich. Then we needed an option to go long and short on gold 100 leverage in game. Oh god. Yeah, you're gonna get that option to go long and short on gold with 100x gain. It's gonna be arena, and you're gonna have to bet your items against another player. And you could potentially lose it all with one swing of a game. No, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just making that up. Yeah, PDE, how fast have you finished your bounties so far? Pugsy says level 20 at the minute, and you have about 600 Enjin, 2 blood executioners. Very nice, very nice. I don't think I hit 2 blood executioners. I think I only hit 1. So that's always exciting. Okay, let's drop the blue gram. Let's see what we got. And that poison really adds up, am I right? Kermit the Hobbit? Okay, what's going on? I'm getting every run a blockchain item today. I'm assuming that you'll hold for a while. You just got the first BE on my blockchain item on your first dungeon run. Sweet. What are you guys getting? I'm guessing you're getting the diamonds. We got another player in the strike team. Lecro. Welcome to the strike team, baby. Thank you for jumping on in. We've been, yeah, so I'm guessing some of the blockchain items, guys, if you're still trying to farm blockchain items, You could do mining and get some rubies and some diamonds. You could also do like scavenging, but you have to make it to Old Empire Sands so you can get some blossoms. Those are some that are dropping right now. You got to farm them out. You got to be able to farm them out. That's why a lot of players right now are transitioning into worrying about their XP. Because right now, when blockchain items are hot, everybody's going in to try to get them, right? And when they're not, they start to go rotate back into XP grinding so that they'll be able to get more when this situation happens later on down the road. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I like bounties, sell of items. Like you like to turn in the bounty. Oh, use your bounty bucks to buy the item, then you sell it for gold. Yeah, I think someone just sold a ring of pyre like that. Really good way to get some money. How did I get those puzzles? So from the 7-day rewards, which mine comes up in 4 hours. Inside there, you get a puzzle piece. And you could also sell those puzzle pieces on the Emporium for gold. So I've collected so far 5 of the Gogums. I got 5 real quickly. I took a little break to like farm some other stuff out with gold. Now I've pretty much gone back on track with it. So I think I need 2 more puzzle pieces to get another Gogum. And I can almost afford 1 right now. And then my other one that I get in 4 hours, that should be another Gogum. So it'll be fun. I should have waited to see if an item fell out before I warped back. Let's see. Hey bro, I'm French. Sorry for my English. Nah, bro, don't worry. Most of my videos, like you'll get the translation on YouTube too. So we have other players. We have a whole bunch of community. You know, I normally speak English and my Spanish needs a lot of work, but I can definitely speak Spanish. But we have a whole bunch of community members right now that speak different languages. So don't worry about it. We're all using Google Translate, so. There's also a bunch of different telegrams for different languages also. Like Lost Relics has a German, and I think a Dutch, a Russian, a Spanish for sure. So, and I'm sure there's a French. So Pugsley got a whiskey. Not sure what the value is. What color whiskey? Was it the green aged whiskey bottles? Or did you get something a little rarer than that? That's pretty nice. How does having experience correlate with more blockchain items, or is it just having the highest mining, etc.? Yeah, so it's a combination, Pugsy, of you having the you need to be like when a new update comes out, Cliff might make it to where like new blockchain items released, you have to be a level 35 miner in order to get it. So if you're not a 35 miner, all those miners, you know, the top 60 players in the world are all farming that item while you're waiting to level up before you can farm it. And by the time you get there, you might not be able to earn it because they might all be gone. So that's what I mean about it being a race for blockchain items. Your XP definitely helps you. You know how much? That's why we talk about the value of gold, because you can turn gold into XP if you're paying attention to the right moves. Like for example, I bought this. I had 100k gold, 20k gold. Oh, come on, die. And for this one, 125k gold. I bought it, and it's giving me XP right now from fishing. But what can you use the puzzle pieces for? So after you get some puzzle pieces, you can put one in your inventory, and a dealer will appear on the map of the home world in the corner near the start screen. You can get all 6 puzzle pieces and turn it into that dealer, and you get a blockchain pet. That's the Gogum. I also, oh man, I don't remember what time I need to double check. I need to check my schedule real fast. I have a conference that I need to give real quick in a few hours. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock? Yeah, I don't think it's until 4, so we should be fine. Gonna do a little crypto seminar a little later with some clients. They're wanting to record it, so I might record it and also put it up on YouTube, depending. It should be a very basic intro to crypto type of discussion, so we'll see. Okay, let's see. Jumping in the chat. Want to become? Oh gosh. Let me see. Okay, let me get rid of some of these spammers. Give me a second, guys. Okay. That took care of that. So PTE says, Playterin.net. I was thinking about about to buy a gold bounty chest. They go for 32K, but the bounties require blockchain items that cost 10 to 30 Enjin. If we take the lower end of the 10 Enjin at $20, and then we calculate $4 per $9K gold pendant, then the lowest price of a bounty chest would be around 45K. Now you can lower the price a bit because of the bounty and the skill points you get by completing the quest. So 30K would be the bottom price from the requirement in my eyes, not calculating the time needed to finish the quest. That's exactly what I was about to hit on. Like, time needed to finish the quest and level of difficulty of the quest will add more to the price of the item being sold than the discount for the difference in the pendant value. So like you're saying, like the bounty should be less because pendants are less, and I'm saying that amount that it's less in the because of the pendants is canceled out by how big of a premium it should get because of the difficulty in completing the dungeons and having to turn in blockchain items. Like personally, I don't value. I mean, I haven't done this homework, but I mean, I can't put a price on it off the top of my head, but you won't see me turning in blockchain items for gold anytime soon. The reason why I do it for the bounty is because the only reason really we're doing it right now is I'm trusting in Cliff that this system he's designing is for an ultimate bigger goal. So that's part of the risk taking. If I was just basically doing it based on the mathematical calculations of gold from my perspective, then I would probably be holding almost everything. But I don't think that's the way this game is intended to be played. I don't think that's what he's trying to do as a developer. And so that's where I'm taking some risk, right? Because I could be turning in an epic blockchain item that could be selling for a few hundred Enjin, maybe 100 Enjin, to get some bounty bucks that might not be able to hold its value. But that's the risk. I think, the dream scenario would be that like after this bounty buck exchange sword for 500K is gone, it's replaced with something else that's worth 200 to a million bounty bucks, 200K to a million bounty bucks, which means like even though you weren't you didn't race to the finish and get this one, the race continues. I think that's a possibility with how many bounty blockchain items are going to be in this that are going to be minted. So that's my bet, and that you can't put a price on gold on. You know what I mean? Also, we're assuming that the price of a one-day pendant at 9K is actually the correct price. We could have old players used to selling it at that price and not used to the amount of demand that's coming in. And new players might be able to like make some moves on old players, if you know what I mean. It's very speculative. That's the game theory behind it. Like so, like right now, like the players that we're quote unquote racing against, they're the ones who are holding. I mean, they're the ones that are making like the gameplay decision, the game theory decisions of like, well, if Striker does this, I should do this, and I think both have to happen. Both have to happen in order for there to be an economy, or else we're just talking about just a competition. And a competition is just a one-time off event. An economy is a free-flowing beast of its own that will always go on. Kermit the Hobbit says, the blockchain pet, what do you think it will be worth? There are like 100 of those. There's 1,000 of those. I mean, let's just go take a look at the marketplace. I don't know the answer. I haven't really done the homework on, but I believe they're going to be worth their gold. So let's take a quick look really fast. What are Void Goats going for? Void Goats are the Transcendent pet that came with the Founders token. I think they're at supply of 300, supply of 500. So Void Goats are double the supply. I like how he's keeping it like a very flat amount because it kind of is making me feel like he's choosing the tiers on purpose, not just by random chance based on how many players are in the game. Looking at the purchase history, this is Enjin purchase history. I mean, they got up to 1,000 Enjin. They've been coming down to 400 Enjin was the recent purchase, but no activity in a month. You know, they're probably going to be the Transcendent pets. I think you might be coming back to like the 150 Enjin level, maybe, because they don't have value right now. They don't have utility. Once you're able to attack with them, and only 500 players can use them in battle, or in dungeons. You can see how that price can change there. So yeah, if a Void gets 150 Enjin, then a we're talking about 70 Enjin, 75 Enjin for a Gogum, which is kind of in line. I think the chat was bringing up, probably on the low end, probably being 50 Enjin. I had mentioned that I thought on the high end was probably going to be 150. So in the middle at 100, in the middle at 90, 115. I think those are possible. But I don't think we're going to really see like the fruit of that until we get either he could have an effect applied to him, right? Because he used to give gold to players. It could be a way to get like 10% gold on runs or during events or something, right? Because it is like a celebration of the community. I mean, we don't know what it's going to do yet. And then on top of that, whatever it can do when it can attack. So let's see. The architect says, responding to playtoearn.net, he says, "You're starting this. I was starting this and bought gold at 2. I bought a gold chest at 26,000 and silvers at 10, and now they got bored and you opened them all. Okay. I wish I had stuck to my guns and held on to them. Definitely. Diablo Hell's coming in. He's saying that he's holding gold and bounty chests, like I'm doing at the minute. It's a risk too. We're both taking risks. Exactly. I think like Diablo has to exist because like theoretically, if Diablo's right and I'm wrong, like he's going to be sitting with more gold at the end of like an upcoming event. And he's going to want to spend that gold sooner or later on items that I hopefully possessed because I spent the gold when he was holding, So we're buying and selling theoretically to ourselves, which keeps the economy going. Esper says, "Oh, Stap, I didn't think of the race continuing Striker." Yeah, I mean, that's completely a possibility. Like, as soon as these mythicals go out, the 10 mythicals go out, we could see a world where he switches it to, here's the new bounty, and the players that didn't turn it in, it's kind of like the way, like you like a draft ladder, like, right? Like, if you're the one who you spend all your bounties to get the very first one, then you fall to the back of the line. But if you're still earning faster than everyone else, then you have the most chances to get back in the line and get the most bounties. I mean, it could also be a one-time thing. It could be a one-time thing, just like he did the mythical swords for gold that were in the shop originally in game. That's possible. Yeah, that would be nice. For working class peeps, definitely gives players chances. Like, it also prolongs the game. Like, it gives you this idea of like this is an ongoing ecosystem where you have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and yearly goals. Because this race with the bounties is, if Howling Mad already is at like 150 bounty, then, and that's in 5 weeks, then you're getting about 30k bounty a week, and you need 500k bounty to turn it in. So what's that? Someone do the math for me. What's that? How many months? 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? You know, plus or minus the fact of whether people get lucky and get the stuff, the blockchain items they can turn in. Architects of Gambling Man. Sadly, it cost 450 Enjin. So I mean, 450 gold. Yep, 450k gold. Yep, it can be. Does everyone get chili dogs from the chili dog from the milestone rewards? Yeah, I think for a certain set levels you get pets. I think every 5 levels, like level 5, level 10, level 15. I don't know exactly. I know some players have gone pretty deep into that. So you might be able to ask around and get the specifics on it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks again for hanging out today. Thanks for jumping on in. I think it's pretty cool considering, like, compared to previous events, like, this is the downtime right now that we're in right now, and we still have 600-700 players logging in. Which means you're going to have a lot more competition on this next event than we've ever had on other competitions. On other events. I just think that the Gogum, the gargoyle, has a chance of becoming the Lost Relics mascot. You know, if that Nestables blockchain, you know, item is synonymous with Nestables, that pet, you know, I don't see a reason why the Gogum couldn't be that for Lost Relics. I mean, you could also say the same thing about the Void Goat. I guess with the Void Goat, I just personally haven't seen how Void Goat has been how Void Goat has been involved in the community in the past. Maybe I missed it because it was a Founders Token thing. BTC 60k. Yeah, people are predicting 200, 400 by the end of the year. Stock to flow model predicts like 288k by the end of the year. Also picks $150,000 Bitcoin by August. I like to see like a combination of like Metcalfe's law and stock to flow analysis to be able to value some of these cryptos, because most of them it's just the value of the network and understanding how to value networks. I'm gonna take a lot of poison damage here. Thank you, Grodd, for pushing me out of the way of that one. And I don't... Oh, I thought I switched. Now I'm out of... Now I'm out. Gotta be careful, guys. Because I made that stupid mistake earlier by hitting the double charges when I didn't mean to. That was this one, right? Gresham's jumped in the chat, and he's saying, you haven't really heard people talking about the Gogum, though. People don't seem very excited by it. I'm still buying because of speculation, though. Yeah, I definitely am buying. Like I said, it's one of the few ways to convert gold into blockchain items. I think we should probably be taking that wherever we can get a hold of it. But, you know, you use your gold now, you won't have access to those resources later. The way I look at it, for me at least, is that like I'm putting in my liquid gold right now, like the gold that I'm just carrying around in my wallet. All the other gold that I have is mostly invested in blockchain items, and if I ever wanted to move those, realize the gold, bring that gold in, use that gold, just reposition from one item into another. You know, I could get access to gold. It'll just take a little time because you got to sell them, obviously. The whiskey was a single malt 100 years. Nice. Someone must have just turned that in for a bounty. That's why you might have gotten it. Every Diablo came in doing a little correction. Level 5, every 5 levels you get a pet or a skin from leveling rewards. Yeah, there it is. Diablo's coming in with the knowledge bombs. The Gogum is the pet, is the gargoyle pet. I'll go ahead and turn him on this next run. How many do we need? We still need 2 more runs for the bushes. There's 10 bushes right in. Oh no, the bushes are in. I'm here for the grods. That's why. I'm here for the grods. What were we saying? Oh yeah, let's jump in back in the chat. Still believing in ETH. Sometimes I've some fear looking at movements of other cryptos. Yeah, like I'm a big believer in ETH. I think Ethereum is being still valued as an altcoin, and I think it's officially a staple, like a blue chip. I think it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everybody else right now. And I think there's a lot of good competitors that can have major potentials against Bitcoin and Ethereum into the future. But right now, those are the chains that are working. Right now, those are the chains that are getting network activity. And that's why I'm mostly invested there. In terms of ETH, let's see if we could just go back to the chart here real quick. If we go look at ETH. Yeah, ETH USD. ETH's about to break out of 2,000. That's where stuff gets nuts. Yeah, look, we're already starting to break out, guys. Like, you can see these arrows, like in terms of like when I tell you I believe, like this is not investment advice for y'all. I cannot. I provide financial advice to clients who I can actually like do research on their position, understand what they're doing, and be able to provide them consulting. But I can't just do that randomly over the internet for just anybody not understanding who I'm dealing with. It'd be like if a mechanic's like trying to fix a car over the internet based on what people tell you. I guess it's technically possible, but like I need to see what I'm looking at in order to be able to give any type of real opinion. But in terms of this chart, you guys can still see it. The green arrows, I'm leaving it up while I just do some mining. The green arrows here are the areas of where I came into the market with ETH. So like you can see how, and most recently I've removed old arrows in the past, but like came pretty hard here. We actually hit the run up. I didn't get concerned at all. I wish I had been quick enough to purchase on this dip, but I missed it. Obviously, I was very content with coming in this price range. We dumped again. I hit this first dip trying to predict this one. We broke down further. I'm still back in the win spot. Because of how high ETH is going, and just compared to like the 5-year, like where I think we're here or here. I don't know where we're at. We're at one of these two in terms of time reference. In terms of how big of a movement we have, we could also be right here, but we'll have to see in terms of comparisons what happens. Who knows? But yeah, still extremely bullish ETH, and I'm bullish ETH because I think it's core, and anybody that values it as an altcoin, I'll always outbid them because I think it's core, and until that mindset changes, I'm holding ETH and investing in ETH in little ways here or there. Let's see, looking back, ETH has been steadily growing for years, though. Seems like the second safest bet. Like steadily growing for years. I mean, when coronavirus hit, like Ethereum dropped down to $100, and that was literally 1 year ago. Like, I mean, not $100. I think it dropped down to $300 or $200. No, it dropped down to $100. I know because I bought some ETH. I made some really good deals when coronavirus hit. So, like I secured some ETH like in the 200 range. I secured ETH in the 700s and the 600s and the thousands, and now again recently at like 1,700. So yeah, still very bullish ETH. Wish, obviously, if you could have more funds to be able to invest, you could. Anybody would want to be in that situation where you have more resources than what you actually have, but I place my bets. I think we've gotten to the point of the market where I can't go any further in terms of putting money in until I see something dramatically change with news or with technical analysis or fundamental analysis. But that's some of my opinions. Let's see, how much Enjin do I have? So like in terms of Enjin, like I went over here. This is my Enjin, and you can see here over the 1 year, these are my positions getting in on Enjin. I had a chance to buy right here. I had to wait 2 or 3 days. Because of just moving funds around. I got in here, then I got in twice, like doubled down right back here. So we've been on a hell of a ride. Now the thing is that these are when I got into the position with ETH. These are where I got in on ETH. This is not the ETH Enjin I'm holding right now, because I use this engine. I got like I got 2 Transcendents here, and then I got 2 Transcendents here. But you have to remember, like, this is a Bitcoin comparison, not a dollar comparison. So like pretty much my Transcendent purchases have been in this cost basis right here, which gives me like a good floor to be able to negotiate with any new players or anybody that wants to come into the market, and try to take over the position. Because right now, like, for real, guys, like Delphi Digital just 1 year ago, 2 years ago max, they just came in. They said Axie Infinity has a future. They dropped 180K to buy the rarest items. You know, if you drop 180K right now to get Transcendent items, just buy everything off the market. Like, let's say 200K, divide that by 2, because let's say $2 per Enjin token, so that's 100K Enjin, and the average Transcendent item, let's say, is 10K Enjin, so they could get 10 Transcendent items and immediately not jump the leaderboards, but immediately like be in the top 3 of players, you know, top, you know, first, second, or third in terms of players right now investments. And that's only at 100K. Those 100K that they invested in Axie has already turned into 800K over the course of a year. You know, and that's obviously Axie has a much bigger community right now because it's been around longer and been doing what it's been doing. You know, as Lost Relics grows, I think we can start expecting to see things happen that way. That's why I'm here in the space. You know. We'll have to see. Okay, boring. I just did a run. You did not get a blockchain item. Like, yeah, I mean, you gotta be patient, bro. One run doesn't run one's nothing. If you're just worried about one run, some of the higher players are gonna eat you alive. You'll burn out before they do. You can't see. No screen. Is it still no screen, guys? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me switch back and switch forward. Maybe that does a little refresh. Not sure if it's popping up. Let's see. Pugsy says, do you get told when the next blockchain update is? Like, Cliff has been pretty good with the community. He's very straightforward. He posts on Telegram and Discord. Like, he posts patch updates and announces events. You know, you get a heads up. I mean, you got to be paying attention. You know, he's only one man working on this whole game, so he's building the game and doing advertising and managing websites and doing sales and doing everything. So you can't assume that he's going to give it to you on a platter. I know some players, and I'm one of them, that I have some alerts set for, like, when certain things go off, I want to be notified, because if it's important, I might be the very first player to make a move. Like, for example, someone listed an Arca ring about 5 days ago. I'm not sure how long ago. And when they listed that Arca ring, took me 15 minutes to move the funds over, then 15 minutes to make the purchase, because I had alerts set up. Like, you have some players like going to that level, guys. And remember, like, I'm also working. Like, I'm working. Like, I'm level 65 right now because I've been playing at my off time. Some people are actually, you know, earning enough to work. It's not a lot. Like, we're just growing. Like, from my perspective, guys, like, I'm coming from a time when, like, in 2006, when I was playing, like, Halo 2 professionally, like, I was trying to, like, earn like 3K at an event, like $1,000 an event, to be able to, like, fund my ticket to go to the next event. Like, let alone be able to, like, pay for your food. Like, you were just trying to pay to keep competing. You're trying to earn enough to keep competing, right? We've gone to that world to where now, like, you have, you know, streamers, content producers, you know, esport athletes like earning, 100, 200, 300K a year. So I'm coming from a world where when we were doing it, we were trying to build it, Now the tools are here for it to be built. I'm sure some of you have been trying to, I don't care what you say. I'm sure some of you are have been gold farmers in the past or have been sold a digital asset in Diablo or RuneScape or WoW or something. Like, you've had some access to the space. Now you have the tools to actually be able to do what before you had to do all the workarounds for. Thank you for the follow. Don't want to get poisoned. Let me see who just followed. Junus Co. Welcome to the stream, baby. Welcome to the strike team. And Mr. Mr. I don't know. Sorry, brother. I'm getting the names right. But thanks for jumping on in. Yeah, I think tonight when I talk to some of these artists for the consulting meeting, I think this might be the first meeting where because this will be not the first time I'm speaking with some of them. This might be the time where they start asking about like tokenization, NFTs. Depending, one or two of them might be at that level. So I might be discussing the value of Enjin as a platform and being able to provide tools for project developers. Creators, I should say, project creators. Who knows? It's pronounced Mr. Meme. Thank you. I was wondering if my bots will run on Diablo 2 Resurrected. Your bots. Yep. Completely possible. Oh, shoot. He didn't poison me. Nice. Gotta be quick, guys. You gotta be quick. Can't let that poison jump on you. Let's see. Shroud makes 10 million a year. Yeah, I actually got a chance to compete with some of the top FPS players in the past. Got a scrim against Ninja. Played against the Ogres. God, the Halo 2 days were back in the day. That was some fun stuff. Got to go up against Nade Shot a couple times. It's fun. And we'll see. Even the gaming industry is not really talking about blockchain gaming right now. So that's how early you are, guys. You don't have IGN and GameSpot and all these The Verge. You don't have them talking about blockchain gaming the same way they talk about the release of Cyberpunk. You see what I'm saying? So you're early. You're very early. Halo 2, just a legend? Yeah, man. Halo 2 was the bomb, bro. That's what cut my chops. My favorite games in order, and they're just pretty much in order of when I played them, by chronologically and how they changed my life. Number 1 has to be Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then number 2 is Halo 2. Then number 3 is probably Celeste. Then number 4 is probably Lost Relics. Every one of those games had an impact on my life one way or another. Not necessarily the greatest games of all time. Some of them might be on that list, but games that impacted me personally, helped me do what I'm doing right now, be who I am, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Saving up for the 500K bounty. Yes, sir, I am. Right now, first 10 players that get there are going to get it. I think I'm probably in 30th place. So I'm probably out of the running right now. Over the course of the next couple months, if I'm the lucky ones, to this week, I can complete all bounties. So I might jump a few thousand bounties up on that leaderboard. Maybe I go up to level 25. 25 on their overall board. These are all estimates because we don't know what players are holding. So, but there's also the added value of if everyone buys up those items, it might just be replaced with another bounty shop item. There's a reason why all the new blockchain items say bounty on them. Maybe they're going to be from the chest, and that's why you have a lot of players paying to see if they open the chest. Maybe you find one. We don't have confirmation on where they're going to come out. So yeah, I also think Cliff wouldn't want you to immediately waste 5 months worth of grinding work you'll probably be rewarded some way, somehow. It might not be the way you want it, but you get a chance to compete and then get a secondary reward. Let's see. Yeah, true. You sold some cards from a card game on a mobile app. You made more than in a year's salary on the app. Then it all got deleted, though. I sold everything 2 months before. Damn, good job, bro. Way to get out. Way to predict that. Great timing. I started Bitcoin in 2017 when Bitcoin was about 2,400. We started a small mining company to dip our feet in the space. Pretty much just experimenting. And I rode Bitcoin all the way up to 18 before I sold. It hit 20, and then we all know what happened after that. Then I was fortunate enough to get back in March of last year when coronavirus started hitting the US. So just about playing cycles, man. Playing cycles. All right, we're done with the grads. We need 14 more of these. Probably gonna finish this bounty, guys. Maybe do 1 or 2 runs on Mount Oltkep and then call it to get some lunch. So we got a little bit longer here on the stream. Let's see. Not bad. All the players that buy from me had nothing when they were removed from the game. Yeah, dude, that hurts. That really does hurt. That changes here, right? Do you skip grads? No, I'm killing them because I'm farming them. Unless I might have skipped them right now because I'm in autopilot mode while I'm talking with you guys. If I missed one. Also, like half of my screen's a little obstructed because of the camera. But that's okay. Zelda Ocarina of Time and Halo 2 are in your top 5 as well. Nice. What's your view on the mystery egg? Sell or inspect? It depends on how much gold you have for the mystery egg. You could potentially farm a ruby egg, and I think if someone dedicates the gold and the effort to farming it, I think they're going to be heavily rewarded. I think ruby eggs are worth a good amount. I think they're going to be one of the top relic items in the game. But it's a bigger risk than other items right now because of how much gold you have to spend to be able to do it if you're not able to farm them. Like actually cut them. Like if you're wood cutting and dropping them all day and you want to open them up, by all means go for it. I'd recommend maybe first selling, getting some gold and buying some items that'll help you level up stuff faster and then start farming them. Like I think getting a tool set and getting if you're able to get these are harder, to get these bonus XP bounty items. If you can get those, highly recommended. If you can't, don't focus on it. Get the gold and level up your loadout in a different way that you can afford. 61K right now from Pog. Oh, I got you. The architect says if I don't get something from the bounty chests by the time I hit 100K bounty, you're gonna rage quit. There's stuff there, obviously. There's stuff there. People have been hitting stuff. I have not bought or sold any. I've just opened whatever I've gotten. Scavenging. Now we can do scavenging, so we're going to go to swamps. What blockchain games do you think might pop? I mean, I think the ones that have already popped are going to be the talks of the year. Stuff like Axie, like Lost Relics, like NBA Top Shots, I think Age of Rust has a potential right now. I think Sandbox. I think Decentraland. I think, depending on what kind of updates we get from Nine Lines Arena and Six Dragons, I think they both have chances. I think there's a lot of good games in the space. I think there might be different tiers in terms of like what players join, but the play to earn idea applies across all games. So theoretically, you could see an explosion across the entire space. We're already seeing it. Let's see. I mean, generally, is it worth skipping Grods on speed runs? Like, I'm like a fan of just like getting as much XP as you can do every run. So like, I don't skip them. I would kill them. Like, if it does take you a long time, to kill them, go ahead. Like, depending on what weapon. Like, if it does take you that long, maybe you should consider actually going down a dungeon. I think it's better to be able to kill more mobs faster so that you have more chances at blockchain rolls. I consider every enemy and every chest a lotto ticket. If you're completing each dungeon in 10 minutes, the ones that have the more lotto tickets are obviously better. But you can hit something anywhere. What have you got at 80k bounty bucks? I haven't bought anything. This is just my natural bounty buck count. I missed one whole week of bounty buck adventures because we had a storm hit Texas and I lost power for a week and water for 3 days. So I was not able to play, so I'm naturally behind. I know that going in. I still think it's worth the race. A lot of players could burn out. I think this game is more of a marathon than it is a sprint. Unfortunately, this game is very enticing to a lot of new players. So a lot of new players burn a whole bunch of hours. They burn out. They leave for a month or two. Then they come back when they notice everything's gone up in price. And they could have potentially earned a lot more if they would have just slowly played every few days, every day, whatever you want. Let's see. Oh, he stung me. Okay, let's see. Just so I know something to expect, I'll stop buying them. Oh, what have I got? Oh, I'm sorry. What have I got? I've gotten 2 epics. Both of them were from Silver Chest. I got the Ring of the Wretched, which is a bounty item, exclusive bounty item, epic, and then I got a rare. I got an epic ingot. Starts with the letter T. Forget how to pronounce it. Do I play Axie Infinity? I don't. I just have major respect for him, and because of how much the community has grown, and I think it's a good research and comparison tool for Lost Relics. I've invested in 5, 6, 7 games, but 99% of my investment is in Lost Relics. All the other stuff is little things, Founder's Token here, legendary item there, at lower valuations. I post all my, you can see my wallet address on the Telegram. You can just go to Hodlers also on the Enjin X, just go to the Dark Scourge. It's the item that I have the largest percent in the Transcendent market. And so you can see the wallet with the 4 Transcendent Dark Scourges. That's me. You can click it, go through all my items. I'm even willing to share when I got them, why I got them, stuff like that, because I understand that in order to make a market, you have to have 2 sides of the coin. You have to have someone that thinks one thing and someone that thinks the opposite end. So I'm pretty much putting my ideas and arguments straight forward for anyone to use and to critique and to put in their own 2 cents. Hopefully people do that and communicate over streams so that we can all share the info. If not, we'll see some of that in price discovery for blockchain items and virtual items. I mean, I may have a good strong investment in the game, but I don't have enough to affect the overall market with how many players there are. I don't think, frankly, anyone of the player base does right now. There's a couple players that do have wallets with 200k Enjin in them. I mean, $200k worth of Enjin. So that I don't know who those players are, but I do know they've started investing. I wonder if it's something like a Delphi Digital. There's another clan that's called the Yield Guild. Their job as clan members is to invest in NFTs for the clan members. If the guild appreciates, each clan member technically will get a piece of that pie. So there's a lot of interesting projects right now. Am I gonna have to do one more run on swamps, guys, or am I gonna get enough to finish this swamps? I don't know what I started out with. Did anyone pay attention? Hashtag Telegram, hashtag wallet, or not hashtag, but the exclamation point. Yeah, it's in my Telegram. You can find it. I'm Striker on Telegram and on Discord. Striker-Strike Team Games. What do you think about XAYA, Tyron Game, or SMC? I actually don't know those acronyms. I don't know what games you're talking about. I missed a spot on Trials. Should I go back? How far is on Swamps? It's really far.